As Israel presses ahead with its fight against Hamas, Palestinians in Gaza are living in a nightmare, with thousands of civilians being forced to flee southern Rafah city and eastern Jabalia in northern Gaza. The entire strip witnessed a night of heavy aerial and ground bombardments. Gazans were told to leave parts of Rafah's Shabura refugee camp, the Janina refugee camp, and Kirbed al-Adas neighborhoods and other areas. They were told to move to a designated humanitarian area in Al-Mawasi on the coast. Aid groups and United Nations officials have warned the area is already overcrowded and not ready to receive an influx of people. People loaded donkey carts and trucks with their belongings, leaving behind empty streets covered in rubble of collapsed buildings. Explosions and several large plumes of smoke were seen rising over northern Gaza after Israeli fighter jets carpeted the Jabalia refugee camp. Israeli military tanks were seen going deeper into the camp, even as civilians were ordered to be evacuated. Jabalia is the biggest of Gaza's 8 historic refugee camps and is home to more than 100,000 people. At least 21 people have been reportedly killed in the Israeli airstrikes in central Gaza. Top Israeli military spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari says the Air Force is carrying out airstrikes in the north of Gaza to prevent Hamas from re-establishing its military capabilities there. Further adding, the IDF troops operating in Gaza City's Zaytun district have managed to kill some 30 militants.
בהליך פינוי זמני של מרחב ג'באליה מאזור זה לעבר מרכז הרצועה, וזאת כחלק מהערכות שלנו לפעולה צבאית במרחב. זיהינו בשבועות האחרונים ניסיונות של חמאס לשקם את יכולותיו הצבאיות בג'באליה, ואנחנו פועלים שם כדי לפרק את הניסיונות הללו. זיהינו בשבועות האחרונים ניסיונות של חמאס לשקם את יכולותיו הצבאיות בג'באליה.
Many Palestinians living Jabalia were seen carrying whatever belongings they could, having already been displaced several times over.
بدهم منا بقتلوا فينا، موتونا موتوا اولادنا واسلامنا واسلامنا واولادنا، حرام عليهم. ايش بدنا نعمل؟ هينا هيك نضلنا في الشوارع قاعدين، حرام، هذا حرام. حنوا علينا، اشفقوا علينا يا عرب، يا مسلمين، يا يهود، يا امريكان، يا امريكا، اشفقوا علينا، احنا انذبحنا متنا، حرام عليكم، موتونا كلنا، حرام عليكم، اتقوا فينا، اتقوا فينا. ليش بتعملوا فينا هيك؟
في المدارس صاروا يقبضوا غداف علينا، في المدارس يقعنا الغداف، الشظايا فوق روسنا يقعن، الخيام قاعدين في الخيام متخزقة، الشظايا تيقعن علينا.
Gazans were seen arriving in Al-Sabtwai near Jabalia after fleeing the city, following Israeli evacuations order as troops were battling militants in several parts of the Palestinian territory. We earlier spoke to Professor James A. Russell, who is an associate professor in the Department of National Security Affairs at Naval Postgraduate School, and this is what he had to say.
Well, the situation on the ground right now, I think, as you have explained clearly to your viewers, is that we can expect the body count to steadily go up. There are going to be innocent civilians caught in the crossfire, as has been the case since this war started several months ago. The offensive in Rafah places Israel on a collision course with its principal benefactor, the United States. They have finally pushed the Biden administration, I think, to a point of sort of no return. The Biden administration has now requested that they not undertake the offensive. President Biden has said, we're going to hold up deliveries of your bombs, and Israel's proceeding. So this is going to force some kind of crisis in the American-U.S. The U.S.-Israeli relationship, and a lot more innocent civilians are going to be killed.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.